Good morning, or still morning. Welcome back to Zen and the Art of Movies. This is number 3 on this exploration of the on-off light switch of the mind. And the movie we're using for this exploration is Avatar, where Jake Sully was caught between the humans, the human world, and the Navi world. And he didn't know which was real and which was the dream. He was going back and forth. He didn't know. So he jumped on the last shadow and woke up and discovered the one that was beyond the two. The one that was beyond the human mind, the objective world, and the subjective world of the Navi. See, these are two viewpoints of reality. Sky People was the objective viewpoint, which is the world we live in, then believe, absolutely, that's the real world. It's a world of materialism where everything is a thing. Everything is an it. And it's our responsibility to control it and fix it, you see. But the Navi world was more of a feminine world, the goddess world, where everything is sacred. And in the machine world, the only thing that is sacred is what I choose is sacred. But in the Navi world, everything is. So the Navi world, the world of the goddess, sees the whole of the totality, where the machine world, the Sky People, the human world, the Western world, our world, sees what you select as being real. It's real because I select it. And the right says it's real because everything is real. There's no selection. There's no choice of what's real and what isn't. There's no choice of good and evil. Because there is a beyond, the totality is beyond the absolutes of good and evil. Well, the male or the human, the modern worldview, which we're struggling in right now, sees the world in terms of a light switch. My world is real because I see it as real. Your world isn't real because you don't see my world. My world is right because I see it as right, but you're wrong because you don't see my rightness. We see this on Facebook all the time. It's called opinion wars. My opinion is right. No, my opinion is right. No, mine. No, mine. No, mine. No, mine. Wow, 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 wow. Block them. Block them. In marriage, it's divorce. On Facebook, is blocking. Same result, you see. The inability to solve the dilemma of the light switch, where both sides are right and both sides are wrong. Now, we solve this in our living room. Most living rooms now, or light switches, have a dimmer. So you don't have to have just bright or dark. You can have a gradient. You can choose a gradient, you see. So this is a solution. If we could do this in the mind, that's a solution to the on-off light switch of the mind, the absolute thinking of on or off. Because in relationship, and everything's in relationship, there is no absolute on or absolute off. And the relationships get into conflict and war and divorce because one side sees the absolute on, my reality is real, and your on, your reality is not. So husband and wives have this dilemma from the get-go. Who's dominant, the male or the female? Do you find a gradient? Does one submit to the other? Or do you find a gradient where in this situation you can work on your strength, and in this situation, in most marriages, well, traditionally, historically, marriages are divided between the inside and the outside. The male has the outside, the female has the inside. The male is in charge of the yard, the world, the jobs, making money. Female is in charge of the family, the house, the interior and the exterior. But these are absolute divisions. Nature doesn't divide like that. There is no inside and outside, you see, which is like this cup here. There's an outside and there's an inside. But you can't separate them. if you try to separate the inside from the outside, the on from the off, you break the cup. So you can't, in life, you can conceptualize the inside and the outside for a function, but the essence cannot be separated. The cup is both inside and outside at the same time. That's the one that is two. But the clicking mind, the switching mind, the judgmental mind, the critical mind that we believe is the only mind, the only way of knowing, separates the two. So we would say, well, the outside is good and the inside is bad. Or the outside is form. Take this thing here. The outside is form. See, I can write on it. The inside is empty. What good is empty? This is where you get into Zen. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Form is the form of the cup, and the emptiness is the inside of the cup where there's no form. But the emptiness makes the cup functional. You can't hold coffee unless you have the emptiness. So nothing works without the emptiness, you see. So the male doesn't work without the female, and the female doesn't work without the male. The outside and the inside. But we get into a problem because we got our finger on this damn switch, this absolute thinking switch, where on is on and off is off, and there's no dimmer. You can't find a gradient between the two. So it's either a war. It's either a war of one surrendering to the other, or one killing the other, or one dominating the other. And then, of course, then you get into Epstein, which was the male dominance of the female through a sickness or pedophilia. That's dominance. And of course, it's easy to dominate little females than it is big females because they fight back. Anyway, that's another story. So I hope you get the idea of what we're working with here. This switch of the judgmental mind was the switch that Adam and Eve discovered in the Garden of Eden and then got kicked out of it before they discovered the switch of good and evil. And God kicked them out. Get out of the house and you have to learn to use that switch. Get out of the house and roam the earth for eternity until you mature and learn the one that is beyond good and evil, which is the paradise you got kicked out of. Before Adam and Eve, this is just, story, before Adam and Eve learned the switch, you see, they were in the oneness that was two. They were in paradise. They were in Pandora. But then they discovered this damn switch of absolute good and absolute evil. And they got high on it. I can switch on and make the world look like me. No, I can switch it and look like me. So he got into a war. And there's no end to this conflict except by shooting the other person, surrendering to the other person, which doesn't work. But you can't ignore it. So it's either surrender or war. And that's where we get stuck. We can't find the paradise that we were before we discovered the light switch. The paradise of innocence, the paradise of oneness, the paradise where everything is okay. Every day is a good day. Every day is an adventure. Every day is an exploration. When this conflict comes up, you explore it. You don't fight. But the light switch war, in my opinion, is the right one and yours is wrong. My view is right, your view is wrong. My world is right, your view is wrong. There's no way out of that except violence and a mass shooter or suicide. Thanks for dropping in. See you next time. See you at the movies.